There are revolutions that make noise, and then there are revolutions that make history. While the world watches protests, speeches, and battles, something deeper brews in Burkina Faso. Under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the nation is not just reclaiming its resources or rewriting its foreign policy. It is quietly constructing a new kind of defense, not just for its borders, but for its future. They call it Project Iron Shield, but no one really knows what it is. Only that something is coming, and it may change Africa forever. The whispered name Burkina Faso, a country rising from the ashes of colonial control, led by a man whose name now echoes across Africa, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. But what if the boldest move of his leadership was not the speeches, not the gold, reclamation, not even the removal of French troops? What if the true revolution was being built underground in silence? Insiders and defected informants whisper of a classified initiative known only by a coding name, Project Iron Shield. A defense doctrine so advanced, so covert, that even close allies do not know its full scale. No official statement, no public announcement. Just fragments, clues, signs, and a growing fear among those who once pulled Burkina Faso's strings. This is not just a military upgrade. This is a national shield, a future-proof resistance. A vision where Burkina Faso can become untouchable. Generals are said to refer to it as the wall with no bricks, a system of systems, layered from digital to physical, designed not just to survive attacks, but to anticipate them and to outlive them. Africa has been here before. Leaders rise, promises are made, then the bullet, the coup, the foreign hand behind it all. Burkina Faso knows this story all too well. Thomas Sankara was assassinated in 1987 after daring to claim the countries. Dignity. So when Traoré took power, he did not just fear bullets, he feared the invisible. Cyber warfare, drones, misinformation, proxy rebellion. He studied what happened to Lumumba, to Gaddafi, to those who dared to dream loudly. He knew that speeches would not save him. Only systems would. From that fear, the strategy was born. Burkina Faso needed a defense not just of soldiers, but of signals. Not just of territory, but of truth. Walls made not of brick, but of code. Eyes not of men, but of algorithms. Somewhere beneath the red soil, rumors speak of hidden command bunkers equipped with satellite blocking systems and encrypted communication hubs. Generators hum silently, deep beneath forgotten mines, now repurposed as military labs. These are not luxury installations. They are practical, rough, efficient. They are designed not to impress, but to survive. Local engineers, many trained abroad but long ignored by their own systems, are believed to be the backbone of Iron Shield. Working in shifts under total secrecy, they build secure networks and surveillance tools powered by solar fields hidden in rural zones. Fiber optic cables run deep through the ground, forming a communication web that cannot be tapped from the surface. Antennas disguised as rural water towers bounce encrypted signals across regions. That is not just a bunker. It is a nervous system. And it is alive. Known unofficially as the Digital Brigade, Burkina Faso has quietly assembled a team of local hackers, telecom engineers, and anti-surveillance experts. Their mission: detect foreign interference before it strikes. Some were once part of black hat circles. Others trained in Russia, China, and even France before returning home. United by ideology, they now operate within the state's digital fortress, tracing spy networks, scrambling drone feeds, monitoring embassy transmissions. It is rumored they successfully jammed a French satellite signal earlier this year, causing panic in diplomatic circles. Another incident involved the neutralization of a drone, believed to be mapping military routes. These cyber guards do not wear uniforms. They do not salute. They operate in silence, coding, tracking, and eliminating threats before they become visible. None of this is cheap, but Traoré changed the rules. By reclaiming Burkina Faso's gold reserves and renegotiating mining contracts, the government redirected millions from foreign pockets into Project Iron Shield. This is not just about wealth. It is about independence. The gold once looted to feed Europe now fuels Africa's defense. Every drone jammer, every underground relay, every encrypted line, built by Burkinabe hands, funded by Burkinabe soil. And with each passing day, the extraction profits of yesterday become the defense mechanisms of tomorrow. Project Iron Shield is not isolated. Sources claim intelligence sharing pacts are forming between Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. The three military governments are quietly building an African defense corridor where data, equipment, and strategy move beneath the radar. Joint drills have been spotted near the borders. Unmarked aircraft flying in coded formations. Storage silos near major rivers, rumored to contain both humanitarian aid and encrypted communications gear. These silent alliances are not bound by paperwork. They are forged in common threats. And in shared dreams, the shield may begin in Burkina Faso, but its shadow now stretches across the Sahel. Asterisk. France and its allies are not just worried about soldiers. They are worried about what they cannot see, about systems they cannot hack, about intelligence they cannot intercept, about young African engineers they cannot buy, about a people who no longer believe the lie of dependence. Because if Project Iron Shield succeeds in Burkina Faso, others will follow. Congo, Chad, Guinea, Sudan. They are afraid not just of technology, but of transformation, of the crumbling of a centuries-old playbook, of the loss of control, not just over gold or troops, but over narrative, influence, and obedience. What they fear is not the rise of one man, but the awakening of a continent. Traoré may be the face, but behind him are millions now thinking differently, not asking for permission, not playing by the old rules, and the empire that once ruled Africa with coins and coups might soon be locked out by code and conviction. And this time, the door will not open again. You will not find Project Iron Shield on any official map. There is no blueprint to follow, no statement to analyze. But if you listen closely, you might hear it. In the way foreign diplomats tread lightly. In the silence after midnight in Ouagadougou. In the way local workers speak less and move faster. It lives in the hesitation of a French envoy. In the encrypted signals that bounce between solar outposts. In the shadows of dry hills where antennas rise like ghost dot project iron. Shield is not about spectacle. It is about survival. It is about building systems too silent to trace and too strong to crack. It is about reclaiming control, not just from enemies, but from history itself. And the deeper you look, the clearer it becomes. Africa is changing, not in slogans, not in chaos, but in steel nerves and silent codes. Burkina Faso has learned the game, and it is no longer playing by anyone else's rules. Project Iron Shield may never be seen, but its legacy will be felt for generations. Its presence will whisper from every guarded network, every unbreakable wall, every liberated voice. This is not the end. It is the infrastructure of a beginning. There are shields made of metal. And then there are shields made of memory, of resistance, of will. Burkina Faso is not building weapons. It is building a future that cannot be invaded, a digital revolution, a defense of the invisible, and a promise that the next generation will inherit not fear, but freedom. This is not just about Traoré. It is about what he represents, and as long as Project Iron Shield grows, Burkina Faso may just become what no colonizer ever imagined, untouchable,